everyone, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to say hello and give you a little update on what's going on. Welcome to a cloudy day in one of my favorite tanks. It has my little Simba guy in it. It's been sitting here for about a week now with their new rock in there, and I just did a little bit of switching and moving. I noticed that one of the bigger fish that I had just gotten was kind of destroying one of my butterfly tail, my new black butterfly tails. So I switched him out. He looked happy and healthy, and I put him in my big tank with all my big butterflies so he can stop being a bully. They seem to get along really well. And then these little guys, I believe, are ready to come. At least I think they're ready to come out of the tank. So I moved this beautiful little white butterfly in with Simba and my other guys. So Mr. Simba, hello my love, can have a little white girlfriend. I'm going to move his little black girlfriend in here pretty soon. But one of these little black Moors, the biggest of the two, is going to go in my other big tank as well. And then my other little butterfly is going to come in here. I do less water changes on these guys because I'm always worried about Simba. He is a floater. He's always at the top. He is very, very affected by food I give him. I noticed that most of the food I give him needs to be wet because pellets will make him float. And I'll notice that he'll be, having a hard time. He'll be struggling getting down to the bottom of the tank. And I'm very, very concerned about that. I love that little fish and I want to keep him happy. So this tank gets mostly peas and little spinach leaves and gel food. I've got another kind of gel food coming, like a green gel food, besides the rapashi, I think that's how you say it, goldfish food. But I feel bad because these guys, this one and the two black Moors, they do really well with pellet food, but I don't want to separate them for feeding, and I have a hard time because I don't want to separate this guy and this guy because I got them together. I know they're just goldfish, and most people are like, oh, I don't think so, but they notice me. They come right up to the front of the tank when it's food time, and when it's other people. My friend said when she comes and feeds them while we're gone or anything, she said they'll all go back to the back of the tank, and they don't like her. My boyfriend, they go all the way to the back of the tank when he comes up. So, I mean, if they notice me and recognize me and my voice, I know they recognize each other, so I feel really bad. I'm a little torn. I want to move these guys to a big tank that I have coming. It's either a 55 or a 75 gallon tank that my sister has. I think it's smaller than that, but I want to move them so they can, be with the other fantails and have a little bit more water turbulence in their tank. I have a big filter Aquaclear on this side and an Aqueon on this side, which only really flows from the top. So my guys have a bunch of the little butterflies have a lot of not stagnant but slow moving water over here, and it's a little faster over here. And I noticed that my butterflies tend to spend time more on this side of the tank than they do on this side. So I kept water flow down for them, but on my other tanks I have the water flow kind of high because my other goldfish, they don't seem to have, the bigger ones have any problems with that. But I am going to actually do my water change today on all of my tanks. Going to do all of my tanks today, and I'm going to take this stone out and pull those big plants off it. It's a lot bigger than what it looks like in here, and I am concerned that it's just collecting too many things, or trapping bacteria or waste in those little fake plants. And they don't seem to really, I mean, most of the time, looks like today that Whoppet's going in on that little fake thing, but most of the time they do not really go near that. So I'm going to pull all the plants off it. I'm also worried about my telescope eyes, so I may be a little bit of a nervous fish mommy, but I want to keep you healthy. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. Look at that little fat golf ball. He's so adorable. So I also wanted to say that I am really excited because I got my first pump, and a little pond pump. I think it's a Terrafin pond pump, and I'm going to do water changes without buckets. I sat down and figured it out If I take 5-gallon buckets out of these, I take 8 buckets out for their big water change every 2 weeks, and I put 8 buckets back in. And with 2 40-gallons and a 20-gallon setup, that's a lot of water to haul by hand. And I'm a pet groomer, so I have a hard time keeping energy after a long work week, especially the holidays coming up. And I don't have the stamina, so I just went ahead and I ordered it on Amazon overnight along with the tubing, and maybe I'll do a little video on that just to see how it works. But let's welcome little Pearl to Simba's tank. She looks like she's very happy. Oh, she's just so pretty. I love her. So enjoy your little girlfriend, Simba. Enjoy your girlfriend, Simba. Thanks for joining me, guys, and let me know in the comments what you think that we should call this tank. I've decided I want to name all of my tanks and have like their little eco habitats named, so when I tell somebody to feed each fish tank, I don't have to go by direction or color of fish. I can name them. So I also need names for my little 20-gallon and for my other 40-gallon with my big fish in it. So thanks for joining me today, and we will see you soon.